should probably... should probably... I'm going to take a look at the sound quality in a second. Yeah, that's gotta go. That's gotta go. Oh. The pain of the... but it's... Silence is good. What? And then I probably need to turn that down as well. But sounds good. Sounds good. We're up and running. We're up and running. You know, I think that the big thing. Let me first quickly get everything completely set up. Make sure we get the last bit. But I think the yesterday went well. Yesterday went well. The stream yesterday I did went well. And so I was like, what the heck? Why not do another one? Let me... Okay. What's the ordering? I guess I can make this, because this is on top of these. I can make this a little bigger. Bring this down here. Like that. I guess, but then this looks funny kind of in the corner there. Yeah, so I'll do that. We're going to see what it looks like. But yeah, so I'm trying out new layout. Trying out another stream. Competing with the Super Bowl. You know, just the most watched thing in the US. But, hey, who cares? Who cares? I just want to do this. And I've got the evening open. So why not do some sort of an evening stream, you know? And of course, there are always more Magic the Gathering decks to build. Because we only ended up doing one yesterday, which I have in front of me. You may recognize it. We're not touching the 5-color deck anymore. We got something new lined up for today. So let's go into the new deck. So, now you may be wondering how this commander has anything to do with what so today I've actually got a couple deck lists lined up that I want to work on, but none of them are actually with commanders that are headlined by Phyrexia, all we won. None of them are like cards from that set. They're all instead decks that are impacted by cards from the set. And I think a big one is Mizzix of the Ismagus. So let's just quickly pop up right there. Let me see, how does this look in... I should probably... Oh, that's going to be annoying. Okay, that's I'm looking over at the stream setup, and really okay, that's notable in the fact that it's difficult to make sure that's in the right spot all the time. Because I have to be, like, here? No, that's too high, like, here? Yeah, basically it's all ruined. Oh, no. No, my new setup. You know, I thought I was on the edge of a technological breakthrough with this setup, but turns out a little bit difficult. I'm going to need that to be on a different window, I think, but Is there a good window for it? I don't think so. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is just go back to what we had yesterday. Although I think I can go a little bit bigger than I was yesterday. So like that, we can try this out. Oh, both the hey, welcome multi-life. Do both what? Both this and the Super Bowl? How who's winning the ball game? Awesome. Glad that you dropped by. Who's winning? Actually, this is I'm actually kind of oh, Rihanna's performing. Oh. So I went perfect. Wow. My thing was actually perfectly timed. I didn't mean to time it that perfectly. Yeah, I actually disappointed, not disappointed, but this was a Super Bowl I was kind of looking forward to a little bit, because I was actually, slightly tracking some of the teams going into it and in a little bit of a football mood, which I haven't been in years. So, but you know what? It's okay. Magic the Gathering is more important than football, and I'll find out who wins. I don't know who to vote, who to root for though. I think I'm going Eagles. I think I'm going Eagles, but I don't know who's winning. So, I know my boss is going hard Chiefs. So yes. Magic is good. Magic is good. Well, we've got a spicy one lined up for today. We're brewing more Commander decks with the new Phyrexia All Will Be One cards today. But the big thing that these and you may be wondering, Mizzix of the Ismagus is not from Phyrexia All Will Be One. What is this card even from? Mizzix? It's like Commander 2016? Commander 2015. So this card is 8 years old? Oh no, I remember when this came out and I was super hyped. I wanted to build Mizzix so badly. When Mizzix came out, Magic the Gathering is a very different game. There was a lot of things we didn't have like we do today. But the big one was, and the big thing that I really wanted to play with Mizzix these Magus when she first came out was Tezzeret's Gambit. Okay. I think Tezzeret's Gambit? Yeah. So Tezzeret's Gambit is 3 and a Phyrexian mana for a sorcery. You draw 2 cards and then proliferate. And this card is so good with Mizzix. Because once you get a single experience counter with Mizzix, you can proliferate. You can use Tezzeret's Gambit to proliferate that. And if you have enough counters and Mizzix out, Tezzeret's Gambit is free. This card is really, really, really good in this deck. And this is just a combo the combination of pair of cards I've always wanted to play around with. And back when Mizzix first came out, the only, I think it's spread. I'm going to have to spoil some of my thought process here. But the only other one was like Spreading Infection or something like that. Was the only actual other instant sorcery that proliferated. But nowadays, there are a whole bunch of instants and sorceries that proliferate. And well, I guess there were others that proliferated in that set, but the only one that proliferated and drew cards. So okay, so the whole point of this deck is to utilize spells that proliferate and draw cards at the same time to just do crazy storm shenanigans with Mizzix. So we have contentious plan. How do you contentious plan? Contentious plan. The new experimental augury. If I can spell experimental right. It's right there. No, I want this one. Experimental augury. Flux channeler kind of gets in there. Even though she isn't a instant sorcery herself, all of her instant sorceries proliferate with her. Glistening Sphere. This is just kind of in a different category. No. Where we go? Serum Snare. So the whole idea behind this is I just want to see if there's a combination between counters and counters either on players or counters on permanents, and casting a bunch of instants and sorceries. Powered by blue proliferate engines. Staff of Completion. There it is, Steady Progress. Steady Progress was the other card that was out when Mizzix first came out. That is just really, really good in this deck. And then couple of the new ones, Vivisurgeon's Insight and Volt Surge. That's an old one. Volt Surge. Does this deck want Tekuthal? Maybe. I'll put it in. It might get cut, though. Tekuthal's only $12. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Drop, 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 drop. Anyway. Everything looking good. Okay, good. Alright. So this is the core. This is... Oh, not Volt... What? Volt Charge. Not Volt Surge, Volt Charge. There we go. Volt Surge is probably the better card, but we want to proliferate. Yeah, so this is the core of the deck. This is the core of the deck right here. Not the core, but this is the construction core that I'm wanting to start from. Where we have Experimental Augury, Serum Snare, Volt Surge, Steady Progress, Concert, maybe Flux Channel and Tekuthal. This is the core that I'm wanting to start with right here. Mizzix is being able to make all of these spells a lot cheaper, and then you can just plow through them. Okay, I guess the other one is Poison. There's one more. Okay, how do... Poison. Oh. So the one I was thinking of was Prologue to Phyresis. Because Prologue to Phyresis, in my mind, in this style of deck, can just be a devastating... Here it is. Just be a devastating win condition. In the fact that as a Storm deck with a bunch of these cards that proliferate, you suddenly have a very direct win condition of just play cards. You get Bout Prologue to Phyresis, every one of your spells, Flux Channelers, and then you just make all your opponents cry. Is this a meme deck? Maybe. But that's why I'm building it online first before I build it in papers, because, you know, we are using some poison counters. And I was just reminded as I'm looking over here at what are some cards in blue and red that you take advantage of your opponent having poison counters, and we actually have some really good ones. So Bring the Ending. Corrupted Resolve. And so Corrupted Resolve counters a spell if its target, if its owner is poisoned. And then Disordered Curiosity. We have Distorted Curiosity. I'm sorry, I cannot spell anything for the life of me. But what we have here is this collection of cards that we can kind of have a bit of an abnormal poison plan. Do we want to be infecting players we're not playing infect cards, but you know, this is Phyrexia. We're in Phyrexia. Why not? It's just something I want to play around with. The other thing that really Mizzix really takes advantage of is that has come out since she was released are instants and sorceries that are completely colorless. And this was something that really did not have a lot of, support back when Mizzix came out. I think there was a couple from Rise the Eldrazi that were all Eldrazi related, but nothing like Tezzeret's Gambit was out. And Tezzeret's Gambit is the kind of card we want to evoke. Well, since then, Strixhaven came out with the Lessons, which are absolutely the kind of cards that Mizzix was looking for. Scryfall counts lands, so I'm going to have to make this a little bit more. A little bit more targeted. But here we go. This is a good list. This is a good list right here. So what do we have? What do we have access to? And I'm looking for cards that don't have colored pips. So even though a lot of these are technically colorless. All is Dust. We'll include it as just a good removal spell. But yeah, it's not quite the card type we're looking for in this, but experimental sciences, absolutely. Oh, environmental sciences. I could probably stand to have this screen closer. Expanded anatomy. No. Gruesome slaughter, no. Introduction to Annihilation. An introduction to that, and the other card that I really wanted to do. Prophecy. Mascot Exhibition. Scour from Existence. And Skittering Invasion is actually really good, isn't it? Skittering Invasion seems really good. Let's see. Let's just move over here. Skittering Invasion. Oh, and Wandering Archaic, which is a spell. It is a spell, technically. Wandering Archaic. The spell path is explore the vast lands. Each player looks at the top 5 cards of the library, reveals a land or an instant or sorcery from among them, and puts the cards revealed in their hand, and put the rest at the bottom. Yeah, this is just really good. It gives our opponents stuff, but we're the one that's going to be attempting to win that turn. And then while we're here, some of these lands are just so good. And something to note, unlike yesterday's deck, which was based entirely off of cards I owned, this one is just a hypothetical cards that exist. So I'm not as worried about Solendy Visions. I'm not as worried about. We're going for kind of more of an ideal here with this one. So price I'm not worried about. Although it is one that I would want to get my hands on at some point, so I don't want to go for like something that's like incredibly overpriced. But yeah. Any other important lands? I mean, that's 4 MDFCs. I'm just going to go ahead and do this now. Command Tower. So 6 lands in total right now. We'll play around. We'll play around with it. We'll play around with it in due time. But yeah. Yeah, so this is a baseline. This is kind of the stuff that I'm wanting to play around with. I'm going to do another that wasn't the right button. There we go. I'm wanting to do Magecraft. Legal. Commander. In these colors. What Magecraft do we have? Stormkiln Artist for sure. This is where this deck usually gets stopped. $5. Oh no. What are some of the other Magecraft? That's a wizard. She's a wizard. Veyron. Veyran. So far away. Archmage Emeritus. Veyron. Okay, so Veyron is any permanent, which is very good. Because Veyron can interact with a bunch of stuff, getting counters and stuff like that. And let me see what some of these other Magecraft we have are. We've got Elemental Expressionist. Whenever you copy or cast... Oh, that's right. If it would leave the battlefield, put a 4/4 onto the battlefield. Octavia makes... Deck makes tokens. Octavia makes things 8/8s. Whenever it casts instant sorcery. Survivor Greater put a counter on it. It can attack, so it didn't have Defender. Ooh! Oh, this is actually really good. Spell Satchel. This is playing into all of our themes. Spell Satchel, because it... not with triple L's. Spell Satchel, because Spell Satchel doesn't require utilizing counters. Helps us, do cool things with drawing cards and mana and all that. And we don't need This one just base power to 2/2, which we don't care about. And Defy. Oh, yeah, Defy isn't notable. So most of the spellcraft, there's not a lot of spellcraft in blue and red. Magecraft. Interesting. I was expecting not to put in a lot, but this seems like less than I would have expected. But anyway, what other... we've got... I'm just leaving colors here for a second. What other sort of... I guess let's try and do untap. This is a so untap. So this is a way that we could possibly get some like lands untapped so we can keep going. And I should probably specify it being a sorcery and an instant. That does not... what? Oh, because I need to do... instant, sorcery, but for partial matches. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'm looking for ones that untap lands. Frantic search. Because we're going to be trying to, you know, untap some lands. Because this deck is just... this deck is not... we're not trying to be fair. Pour over the pages, yes. 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 This one draws 3 cards, untaps 2 lands, and then we have to discard a card, but we don't care. About discarding. Skip the untap step. No. Snap. Snap works. Snap. Turnabout? Could do turnabout. I'll at least no, I'll at least entertain the idea of turnabout. Twiddle, no. Exile target, you may cast it. Okay, no. That's an interesting spell, though. Replicating for all your horrors. Seize the Spotlight. Ugh! The issue with Seize the Spotlight is why wouldn't they give you Fame? Why wouldn't they give you Fame? You want Fortune every day. So always just, or yeah, you want Fortune every day, so just go and always give you Fame. Is the problem with that one. You don't have that control. I've heard this song enough recently. There we go. I think that's it for cards that untap lands and either do... well, actually, wait. No, that's not land permanents. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good in the... well, we got plenty of untaps. We don't need any more untappers. But what else do we want? There's also... Okay, so let's go to... Well, one of them is... Our big 1,000-year storm. Ooh. This is the card that we're going to be going off with. This thing's just such a disgusting card. I want to do some fun things with this. But, let's see. I'm curious. Counters. Because I want to try and find a card that does counters in these colors that doesn't worry about counter spells, per se. Astral Cornucopia. That I was also wanting to put into this deck the Proliferate mana base. That's why we've got a lot of these. So just as another way to generate even more mana. So we're going to have a lot of cards that utilize... I've got the yawns. Uh-oh. Coalition Relic. And I guess while we're here, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet. We just want good mana production. I will also put Izzet Signet. Also going to do Izzet Locket. I am actually a big fan of the lockets. So my hot take is the lockets are good. My hot take is the lockets are good. What else we got? Oh, it's Talisman of Creativity. Yep. How many mana rocks? And then we've got Everflowing Chalice, and I think that rounds out a lot of the mana rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's plenty of mana rocks. It's plenty of mana rocks. And now we've just got to... Oh, except there's one more that I forgot. Empowered Auto Generator. Okay. Empowered Auto Generator is more expensive than a lot of these other mana rocks. But it can do a lot in this deck, is the idea. And since we have so many Proliferate engines in this deck, just really utilizing... Oh... Firemind's Research. Oh! Oh, these are making me want to put in... Depending on how many permanents that utilize counters that we have. This is going to want to make me add stuff like... Oh, what's it called? Oh! Geometric Nexus. I'll try it out. I'll try it out as an alternate Link edition. And, oh, frick, Glittering Stockpile. I forgot that there's an additional one in these colors. Yeah, we've got lots. We don't have to worry about mana generation in this deck. Too much mana generation? Everything. No such thing as too much mana generation. Oh. Midnight Clock. Because this, as soon as we get to 12, we get a whole new hand. Um, sort of absurd. We got a lot of mana here. And what do you do? More Crucial Spell Dancer. Can copy spells, but I'm not sure. Ominousseas? Maybe? I mean, there's also the question of to what extent are we just watering our deck down with some of these non-instant sorcery things. That's always the question when you're building an instant or sorcery based anything, is when do you kind of go over the edge. Primal Amulet, though, is making it in. So, yeah, because this is just so good. Such a good card. And utilizes counters, which were already proliferating a ton with this deck, or at least a decent amount. I think Pyramid of the Pantheon, we have enough mana. That's too goofy even for. Oh no. Replicating Ring? What is Relic Amulet? There's so many random artifacts that I want to play around with. We'll try out Replicating Ring. We might cut it. There's a good chance we cut it. There's a good chance we cut a number of these, but we're just putting them in for the moment. But this one, when we cast an instant sorcery or wizard spell, which we have a bunch of, we put counters on it, and then we can remove those counters as a removal spell. Yeah, so we've got some stuff. Okay, what do you do again? We can use non-creature spells to get access to a portion of a looting effect. Might be too greedy. Might be too cute. Which I know is saying something based off where this deck is right now. But there is something for being too cute. This is remove counters. How do you use counters? Exile one. No. Okay. Oh. Sphinx Bone. Is it Bone Sphinx Wand? Where is it? Sphinx Bone Wand? Tableau of Completion is another one. Sphinx Bone Wand. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, you may put a charge counter on it. If you do, it deals damage to any target equal to the number of counters on it. Might be another potential win condition. I know that it's fallen out of favor big time in a lot of decks, but we're able to just kind of utilize having counters on stuff more than your average instant sorcery deck. That's why we're building this deck. What was the other one I was looking at? Where's the other deck card from the new set that made me want to build this deck? Vexing Puzzle Box. No, Vexing Puzzle Box is too slow. I've tried out Vexing Puzzle Box in another Proliferate engine-based deck, and it's really slow. 100 counters is hard. That's so many counters. Oh yeah, Tableau of Completion I wanted to try out. Or at least I wanted to put on the table to see what it results in. Suspend. We'll get to the removal in a bit. Oh, Pyromass. But we need Pyromaster's Ascension. card in your graveyard, you may put a quest counter on it. If we can get a single quest counter on this thing, it's so good. But because this is Commander, it is so hard to get that first quest counter. How can we get a quest counter on Pyromancer Ascension? There's a card in your graveyard. Instant sorcery card in your graveyard. Oh, this is a hard one. Same as a card in your graveyard. And it isn't using the dragon card. Is there any way to, like, cast a copy? I'm curious. EDH rec. Pyromancer Ascension. I feel like most of the people... What is your secret? How can we, besides Dragon's Approach, how can we trigger you? Is there a way to trigger you? While we're here, I'm just going to add Jessica's Will. While we're here. Is there any... Any secret sauce? Any secret sauce? I just need one. I just need one counter on it. And then the rest is history. Oh, big score. Oh, goodness. Which is going to start getting into another theme of the deck, which is probably treasure. Yeah, unexpected windfall. Just these cards that are netting us mana. Although big score is definitely the better of the two in this deck. Oh, Prismari Command's pretty good. That's crazy. I'm not seeing the secret sauce that makes this work. So much sadness. Although Mizzix Mastery in the Mizzix deck, that just feels right. Mizzix Mastery. Alright, I'm going to be going through this list again. When do you... No, you don't work. I'm going through this list again, but this time, Bergie. Yeah. Berkey works. Faithless Looting. I'm just going through and I'm going to start, you know, just adding cards. One thing, do I add stuff like Gutter Snipe? That's a good question. I mean, no. No, I'm not going to. But I might want to add Third Path Iconoclast. And the reason why is this deck is going to need blockers, and that's a good one. And there's a lot of good cards in this list. I'm just going to ignore because of arbitrary reasoning. Chaos Warp. Just right now, gathering a collection of cards. Cyclonic Rift, honestly. Even though it doesn't do a very good job of triggering Mizzix, especially not that first time. Seething Song. Do I just include... I don't feel like I need just mono. Do I include rituals? It might be worth it. Seems good. Is It Charm? Although Is It Charm doesn't get any reductions off of Mizzix, which is notable. Pongify. But we do need some spells to, you know, start off the chain. Delayed Blast Fireball. I've heard a lot of good things about this card. Fact or Fiction. We're just going all ham. Pyretic Ritual. Might not be enough. Windfall. That's up to, whoa, 649. Mana Geyser. Remember, these things, ideally when a lot of these spells, you're just looking at the colorless costs, not even the colored costs. Passive Flames. Oh yeah, Seize the Spoils. Although it is notable with cards like Seize the Spoils that you're going down card advantage technically. Solve the equation. Expressive Iteration. $76 cards. Ooh, we love to see it. Oh, we love to see it. Just put his hand as a card. $10. Wayfarer's Bubble. We don't need Wayfarer's Bubble. Geist Flame Reservoir. There are so many random artifacts that just utilize counters based off of instants and sorceries. Jace's Sanctum. No, not Jace himself. Why did you pull up Jace? Out of here. I want his Sanctum. Jace's Sanctum. I do love Will and Rowan. Actually, given we do have the Proliferate engine, Planeswalkers are really good, aren't they? Planeswalkers are real good. Saheeli. This is Sublime Artificer. And then Raoul. These are sort of our... Oh, well... Oh gosh, what's his title? You know what? We're pulling out the big guns, and that means the physical. My other Spellslinger deck. It's not a Storm deck, but it does use some cards that I'm going to want to utilize. A lot of cards, actually. Where is it? Where is he? Actually, oh man. Oh, this is making me think. Okay, this is making me think. This is making me think. Brass's Bounty is so good. This is making me... Oh, it's literally Will Kenrith. Whoa. Since Will Kenrith... Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They cost nothing. They cost nothing now. And when did this happen? But this is making me do some... This is making me do some thinking. Because I have a... Oh boy. I'm thinking dangerous thoughts. And by that I mean... I'm thinking... Because I've got a Savine deck here. That has gone through a bunch of different iterations. Including... It's been a... It was once a Planeswalker themed deck. Or had like a Planeswalker theme. And what's more Planeswalker-y than this Proliferate engine that I'm putting into this Mizzix deck? What? What planeswalkers are in these colors? Planeswalkers. What are the planeswalkers that look like in this? Okay, so a lot of the usual suspects. Alright, we got the Chandras. Tick Sandra, tick up, put a loyalty count on each planeswalker, each red planeswalker you control. -2, cast an instant sorcery with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard. Okay. That's Andra, Acolyte of Pain, Acolyte of Flame. I've always wanted to play Chandra Awakened Inferno in some kind of a deck. Can I rename this deck? Yeah. Okay. Which is also making me think, back to the colorless here. Oil. Encounter. Oh no! I just realized if we're going planeswalkers, the card I traded away. This is what happens when you trade away fun things. This is what happens when you trade away fun things. Sadness on the stack. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see what the oil counters are. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on it. Move an oil counter from it. Gains flying. No. Attract a Scarefang. No. Axiom Engraver. Move 2 counters from it. Draw a card, draw a card. Beginning of upkeep, put an oil counter on another target non-target artifact you control. No. Or ice, no. Most of these, no. But what is, remove an oil counter from it to scry 1. Actually, I will try, so Axiom Engraver. This is getting a lot more Phyrexian than I thought it would be. Glistener Sphere. Glistener Seer. I mean, okay, here it is. Mind Splice Apparatus. Mind Splice Apparatus. This is a crucial it's a crucial spell dancer. Serum Core Chimera. Not the Scamp. No, Serum Sovereign. Non-creature spell triggers Trawler Drake, which I feel like is pretty good. Hello? There we go. Trawler Drake. Amongst a spoiler. Watchful Blister Zola. Just putting that in here. $98 cards. Yeah, no, that's a lot of cards. That's a lot of cards. But, okay, so now let's go back to Planeswalkers. Tick up at red. She only cares about red spells. Exile. Top card, you may play it this turn. Chandra Flamecaller. And also with this new necessity for blockers, Solemn Simulacrum suddenly enters the picture. Chandra Nava's Pyromancer, is that something we care about? Chandra Torch Defiance? It's just better. Yeah. Dak Vaden. Rip Dak Vaden. Alright, now we get to the Jaces. How many of these Jaces are good? Jace Arcane. Draws cards and things you control. Jace Architect of Thought. Party Jace. What does Mirror do? You get a copy of it if you kick it. Draw a card and reveal it. Huh. I mean, with that and with Jace Wielder of Mysteries, sort of win con. Jason Raffle Secrets is big. What does Jace Cunning Castaway do? Like, imagine if you get a bunch of copies of this, all proliferating. We'll try it out. Similarly, I'm actually, Jace Mirror Mage is actually interesting. Because it's 2 that come out. And then in case we deck ourselves Jace Wielder of Mysteries. Or Party Jace. I mean, it's worth just kind of just putting them in. All to be tried out. Alright, and then Jaya. Yeah. Yeah, Jaya Ballard is just so good in this deck. Jaya Ballard. What are the new... Just one of them. Create a monk with prowess. Creature controls. Yeah, Jaya Fiery Negotiator seems really good. Jaya Fiery Negotiator was one that I wasn't interested in when it first came out, but this is the kind of deck that would unlock her. Kesmina. None of the coughs. Ooh, Mordekainen. Mordekainen would be good in this deck. How do you Mordenkainen? Mordenkainen. Mu Yuling. No. The Rowls. +1 draw card, -2, and then top 2 cards of your library. Oh, that's right. Raoul is it Viceroy. Yeah, Raoul is good. I remember when this guy was in Standard. I actually played a little bit of him online. Those are fun times. Of course, Will and Rowan are in the deck. Where's Will? Oh, there's another page. It's probably where the Wills are hiding. I don't... What do you do? Untap an artifact you control. We do happen to have a lot of artifacts to untap with Saheeli. And if we can get to that ultimate... We've got a lot of artifacts. I don't think Saheeli the Gifted is good. Next spell, 1 for each artifact you control. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. Here we go. Cameo. And then the Teferis. And then the... yeah. Teferi Master Time is so good. As well as, honestly, it's very Temporal Pilgrim. What's his ultimate? It's something ridiculous. Teferi. You just go crazy. What's Timeless Voyager do? Nothing. Tezzeret, Master Artificer, the Royal Scions. I don't... What's the Royal Scions ultimate do again? Just draws a bunch of cards. Well, it'll help us craft our hand. Ugin. Because he's good. Honestly, both Ugins. Because they're both good. And then we have Will. What do you do again? Like, draw cards, make Thopters, and search out any permanent you want. Is he good? Tezzeret? Did I spell Tezzeret right? Artifice Master. I'll put him in the maybe pile. So, okay, so what we've got now is, I'm just young Pyromancer, because we need defenders, we need blockers. So what we have on our hands now is an existential crisis. Because this deck is completely different from the one I initially set out to build. I'm going to take a second look at the word proliferate. Because we now have a completely different... Well, Karn's Bastion suddenly becomes a lot more intriguing. I think that's mostly it. Most of these cards I'm still like... Blue, red. I mean, okay, so blue has lots of good cards, but red doesn't. But how many ways do I have to proliferate in the deck? Just like... I guess the only other one that I'm kind of like, is Inexorable Tide. Inexorable Tide. Here it is. This is the only other one that I'm like, maybe. And now we have an interesting situation where it's like, okay, but is this a Mizzix deck? Bring in our protection. Swiftfoot Boots. Lightning Greaves. So now, All's does a lot better though. Well, now we have stuff like not Unholy Act. We have Unholy Blasphemous Act, which suddenly becomes a lot better now. And I'm actually curious about the word treasure. Treasure token generation within these confines. What is create a treasure token? Deal 5 damage to any target, look at top 5, put 1 into your hand, the rest at the bottom for billion mana. No. Unless we're talking about, of course, we got Magma. Magma Opus is intriguing for me. It can ramp us, and there are some of those other big ones that I just passed over. We have Galzeth Prismara. It depends on how many treasure tokens we make. Although he doesn't help with the big issue we're dealing with. Oh, Pirate's Pillage. And Pirate's Prize. Also cards that go really well with Mizzix. This just gives us 1. This gives us 2 treasures. This one only gives us 1 treasure. Yeah, but it draws us 2. Reckless Endeavor. I mean, the issue with Reckless Endeavor is it could just wipe the board. Sometimes, but that's a good thing. Storm the Vault. No. Oh, okay. So let's see here. Let's see here. What else we got? We've got Zorn, Visions of Ruin. What do you do? Each opponent sacrifice an artifact for each opponent that was sacrificed this way. So we got 3, and it could be flashback for 8 or 10, but that's going to be reduced by our commander, so that's going to be 6 plus any mana reductions that the commander gives us. Huh. Might be worth it. I mean, it is one of the better ones from this cycle. Honestly. But it doesn't give us, like, card advantage or anything. Battlefield, treasure token. Tavern Scoundrel, no. Strike it rich. Yeah. Depending on what the flashbacking kind of does for each. Wait, what the heck do you do? Smokespirit's Aid. Reach up to X target creatures, create a red aura token named Smoke Blessing attached when it dies. Do 1 damage to a new create a treasure token. That's so weird. Kiki Jiki? Fable of Kiki Jiki? Fable of the Mirror Breaker? Oh, that's right. I also wanted to... Okay, I think... No. Do I... Is this getting too lost in the sauce? I think we're about to get lost in some sauce. Hey, we're still in early phases. We're allowed to get lost in some sauce. What about energy? Which would be Aether Hub. We're going to make the pizza as saucy as we can in the early to begin. Aether Theorist. Aetherworks Marvel? Like, we can Aetherworks Marvel spitting into Planeswalkers. Is that bad? Confiscation Crew? I'm also, while I'm here, because I'm thinking about it, but here's the big one. Dynavolt Tower. Glimmer of Genius. And, not that one. Harness Lightning. Which I'm also going to add rapid hybridization and we could put in suspend here, just like good blue removal. What's the other one? Chaos Warp is in the deck already, right? Yeah. It's I mean, a Braid is good. But what's the one I'm thinking of? It's Arcane. No, it's Phases. It exiles something, manifests the top card of the library. It's not Arcane. I know I can look for it, but okay, so the other one is Whirler Virtuoso, which would be good for this particular requirement of needing energy and things. What's the exile it's currently in this deck here? Who knew? Instants and sorceries and planeswalkers working together. Reality Shift. That's one I should just know. Reality Shift. Anyway, I digress. Let's see here. What am I even dealing with here? Well, while we're just sitting here, just kind of not sure what we're dealing with, let's go through and add some lands, because that's something we know for a fact the deck is going to need. Do I even... I know this isn't a land, but it's something I just kind of stumbled across, and I'm like, do I? Demonic Deluge. Ooh, Thought Vessel. Although I don't think I need any more... I don't think I need any more Temple of Enlightenment. I don't think I need any more different mana rocks. Temple... I guess not. Temple of Epiphany. Why did I say Enlightenment? Anyway, look at this. We've just got an absolute mess of a deck here. And we're just trying to make sense of it. You know what? And that's okay. I think we've got enough wizards now that Harmonic Prodigy is good. But we're trying our best to see what we can do with this pile of stuff. Castle Vantress. Desolate Lighthouse. Desolate Lighthouse. Castle Vantress. Do we? I mean, might as well. Drownyard Temple as just an easy thing to discard to some of the cards that requires to discard stuff. Come back later. So it kind of is a pseudo ramp spell. Cascade Bluffs. Training Center. What else we've got? There's Reliquary Tower. Getting lost in the sauce. And building... I put in Steam Vents, right? Yeah, I already did that. I think there's a couple other like lands I'm thinking of. Spire Buff Canal. I really like the fast lands in Commander, honestly. Like, because they enter untapped when you need them most in the early game. And I am going to put in Is It Boiler Works. It can reutilize... We do have these MDFCs that it can bring back, and then the 2 lands. The fact that it taps for double... becomes really good when we start using Frantic Search and effects like that. Is the big reason behind it. Do I want... I have enough, like, ramp, but... Anyway. Anywho. So, alright. Card suggestions are still good. But now I just need to figure out what the heck I'm doing. So that's 13. And I'm just going to put in Island. And Mountain. Okay, so the rest... So, I should really be doing... You know what I should be doing? Not stacks. Grid? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. To really start thinking about the deck. Add more. Just try out 10. All right. Well, Exotic Orchard. Because why not? All right, we'll come back to the specifics of... Actually, wait, we've got 40 with MDFCs. You can cut some more. So that's going to be... Wait, here's a question. No, it needs to be positive number. Dang. They got me. All right. So 36 with the MDFCs. Which means... all right. So 36 with the MDFCs. So all we need to do is cut 174 cards. But before we get to that point, the question is, to what extent is this the deck we want to even be playing? Which is a good question. We have some cool things we can do. We have some really cool things we can do with this deck. Like... So, the nice thing about branching out into this enormous Planeswalker package here is we are less dependent on, needing to storm off with our commander to win the game. I'm wondering if I'm actually curious what cards in blue and red particularly care about planeswalkers. What blue and red cards particularly care about planeswalkers? That not killing planeswalkers. Because most of these are going to be like deal damage to planeswalkers. All will be one. All will be one is a card that definitely cares about planeswalkers. Battle of Frost and Fire. I mean, that one cares about damaging planeswalkers, but its third mode also cares about big spells, which this deck will be playing big spells. How many Chandras do we have? 4. Not quite enough for Chandra's Regulator. Oh, there's a lot of things that are like, deal damage to planeswalkers. Discard card, then draw a card. Deals equals to, yeah. Oh, Storm. Fiery Encore. Could be fun. We got a lot of big planeswalkers to throw out, folks. What do we... Ica Moon, of course. Prison of the Moon, no. All these good enchantments. I want to stick with instants and sorceries for our removal package, if we can. Instant sorceries or planeswalkers as our removal package. When possible. Otawara? Yeah. Just adding more... And what is Shekizen? The furnace. What's it called? Shoken. I think it's Shoken. Shokenzan. Oh man. Not good with my... No, not Royal Keeper. Definitely not Royal Keeper. Sorry, Royal Keeper. Not you. Spark Double. Whoa. Whoa, that's... Yeah. That's a cool card. The Chain Veil. That was something... Did I already put that in the deck? I definitely thought of it. I give up. What are you called? Sokens. I was close. Not Shokinsen. Sokensen. That's so white. Crucible of Defiance. Rebellious Furnace, Crucible of Defiance, same thing. But that also removes another 2 lands. And we can then include... Oh, we could include, would that be good? I don't think so, but... Ponder... Preordain... I do want to look at CEDH. Oh, not CEDH. EDH Rec. For inspiration a la Mizzix. Anything that I'm missing before I start going to cuts? I guess Vindictive is very good. Do you non-creature Ovica? Is it worth it? I mean, once it comes down, none of our opponents are resolving any. I put Harmonic Prodigy in here, yeah. How many wizards do I have? 1, 2... 4, 5, 6, 7. Not the best amount, but... Lear Disciple the Drowned. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Lear Disciple the Drowned. Probably too greedy. Dockside Extortionist. I mean, now that we have so much mana, such a big mana requirement. Oh, that price. But I physically have them, so I don't need to buy them. Vandrick, Murmuring Mystic. This Murmuring Mystic for the birds. Is this a non-creature? You know, it's only instant and sorcery. Okay. But this is non-creature, yeah. For some reason. Non-creature spell. Might be worth it. What are you? Kessig Flamebreaker? Probably Kessig. Because we're playing with Planeswalkers. Psychosis Crawler is pretty good. I know I'm going to have to make cuts soon. I know I have to make a lot of cuts, but I just want to see all of the possible ideas on the table first. And then start making cuts. Capsize. Am I that guy? Am I that guy? Am I? Well, not that guy yet. So I'll put it in the maybe board. A lot of the free interaction I'm not particularly interested in playing. A lot of very dedicated storm pieces for Mizzix, which I'm ignoring. But Treasure Cruise. You gotta put in Treasure Cruise. And actually, I passed up Dig Through Time. Those are both very good, especially for when the deck gets stuck inevitably within having to play Fair Magic. Whoa, Inspire Tinkering. Holy. That's a card. Somehow missed that. That's a really good card. Don't particularly want Serum Vision. The Twilights are good. Stuff like Time Stretch is good, especially since we're playing with Planeswalkers. What is Time Stretch at? What am I looking at in terms of prices? TCG Player for 20... What? I know it recently got reprinted, but is it that low? Also, which one is this? Mizzix Mastery? Why? I don't... Okay. $8.99? I'm not getting good... But I get $8. Huh. Oh gosh, the Magic Mirror. That's a card. Tower. Lots of very powerful. Shark Typhoon. Just seems... Ooh, the Mirari Conjecture. That's a good one. We can then proliferate through the whole thing, start copying. Yeah. As soon as it lets me... 1R. The Mirari Conjecture. Probably search for Escanta as well. That's just cycling and card advantage and ramp. I didn't put in Narset. Make someone absolutely cry. Make a lot of people cry. Oh, Mystic Sanctuary. Is just such a good land. Why? Why do people play Cryptic Spires? People, Cryptic Spires is bad. It's a guild gate without the gate types. Valwar Stone. Commander Sphere. Shivan Reef and Sulphur Forge. Those are just lands I missed. Sulphur. Not... It's... Sulphur Falls. Storm, Carved Coast, yeah. 2-color mana bases just now have access to so many... Just now have access to just so many dual lands. Like, we can say, no Snarls. Fiery Islet? Yeah. If I can spell fiery. Volcanic Island. No. Okay. And then we can bump these down. I think this one down by... I guess how many islands do I have in the deck for Mystic Sanctuary? If these get bumped down by that much for... and Castle Vantress. Because this needs 4? I mean, I kind of don't want to worry about it. Yeah, that's plenty. That's plenty right there. All right, mana base is good. We just need to cut 100 cards. 100 cards. How hard could it be? How hard could cutting half the deck be? Oh, why do I do this to myself? Why do I do anything? Why? 100 cards. 100 cards. Oh my goodness. We have a result from the Super Bowl. You know, my boss is going to be very happy with that result. But I also know some good friends of mine that are going to be very upset. But oh well. Good game, everybody. Good game. Now welcome to the second most challenging game of the night, cutting 101 cards from the Commander deck. And it's only going to cost my soul. Only going to cost my soul. Okay, so the question is, to what extent are we this Super Friends style, the Super Friends style proliferating deck? So, okay, so the core is, we've got Mizzix. We've got Mizzix Aethes Magus as a commander. That's a given. And we're playing proliferation cards, like Contentious Plan. And Vivisurgent's Insight. So we're playing these cards to help us get a lot of experience counters. So we aren't as dependent on his Mizzix Aethes Magus as some other versions of the deck. That being said, how much do we still want to be a Storm deck? Do we want to be more of a... Can we be more of a mid-rangey deck? Can we afford to be that? I'm not sure. We definitely need to get Mizzix out and then cast at least one instant or sorcery spell while she's out. And then we can take care of the rest. And I guess the question is, how many ways to proliferate do we have in the deck? How many ways to proliferate do we have currently in the deck? Do we need to try and find more, which is going to be going up against the ideas of, cutting cards? So proliferation-wise, we have Flux Channeler, which is a very good card. She's going to be triggering off of all of our instants and sorceries. To a lesser extent, we have Tekuthal. Tekuthal needs other things to proliferate, but then doubles all of her proliferations afterwards. So that's definitely one. That's one. Two, with Contentious Plan. Three, with Visitors and Insight. Four, with Experimental Augury. Five, with Serum Seer, sometimes. Five. Six, with Steady Progress. I'm missing one. Oh, I skipped one. 7, Tezzeret's Gambit. And then moving down to our artifacts. 8 with Ichor Claw Talisman for all of our Planeswalkers. Nine. 10? 10 proliferation cards. Oh, 11. Oh, and 12. 12 proliferation. Okay, that's beginning to get better. Still not the most, though. And the difficult piece is that kind of hard to get more than 12 without running some, like, because if I go back to here, I'm once again asking, et to proliferate. And what options do we have? What option? Oh, Volt Charge. I've got Volt Charge in here. So that's 13, I think. $13? Okay, that's getting better. I mean, so what do we have? I guess Viral Jake is an option, which supports the sub-theme, the Infect sub-theme. That's beginning to brew. Has stuff like Thrumming Bird. Counter spells like Foil the Cause, Reject Imperfection, Mesmerizing Dose, Jataxian Anatomist. That Jataxian Anatomist I am fine putting in because it's a blocker. Thrumming Bird doesn't block. Core Prowler. It's a dies trigger. I think Coffney Scamp also actually not even deal combat damage, no. That's worse than Guildpack Informant and Thrumming Bird, which are both also possibilities. But I think we're at a good spot. We've got this Instants and Sorceries. We're not dependent on proliferation. Because a lot of the things that require proliferation, quote unquote, also utilize just the casting of Instants and Sorceries, right? Because Flux Channeler just cast our things normally. Instant sorceries we can recast too. Find ways to recast them from the graveyard for bunches of just super proliferations. Question, Tekthul. What do you remove stuff from? Creatures, artifacts, and planeswalkers. So not enchantments. We do put some stuff on enchantments, but... And the energy package might be too greedy. Just a heads up. Energy might be too greedy. How many... Okay, so how much mana ramp, like dedicated mana ramp, does this deck have? How much mana ramp is this deck packing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's a lot of ramp. That's a lot of ramp. And another thing is we have to make sure that we still keep our instants and sorcery counts good. Okay, so what the heck are my numbers? What are my numbers? Is there like what are my numbers? Like removal, card draw, ramp. Instants and sorceries is another thing to consider. What are my numbers? So we do the 50. So at least... Okay, so with 38, 12, we have 12 ramp spells that are like core ramp spells. Probably like Thought Vessel, Talisman, Soul Ring, stuff like that. Let's start categorizing. Yeah, let's start categorizing. So lands down here. And what does no grouping do? Can I just move these around? I don't want to tag all these individually. Oh gosh, this is such a mess. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, there's more ramp here. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I love how ever since entering the cutting period, I have added 2 cards. If that isn't the definition of card cutting, I have no idea what is. Just like, yeah, I'm cutting cards, totally. Absolutely, 100%. 100% cutting cards. Let me experiment. So one card that I'm definitely not cutting is Pongify. And then what's the okay. Yeah. So removal. So cards whose primary purpose is removal. Let's start there, because I'm thinking we don't want to go over 10 removal spells in this deck. And removal is going to be a very flexible category. Or a very removal. Removal. There's a good chance I'm just cutting the energy package. That's something I'm 100% willing to do. That's right, we have a lot of colorless removal from that first package. So honestly, we have a lot of cards. Also, I wanted to quickly check. These are called untagged lands. So I'm going to change stuff like this to putting that into the category I'm actually considering it in. So this is going to be a good way to cut a lot of cards. This was removal. I mean, I'm not as worried about getting rid of, like, everything. I mean, maybe a couple board wipes. Removal. We can also put some removal into the Planeswalker category. Or use Planeswalkers for removal. The Ugins are definitely a removal. Removal. Okay, but I think I might be able to cut a bunch of cards through. Oh, what is it? These were instants. Okay. You're a removal. Removal. Definitely removal. Oh, this is removal. Oh yeah, there's so many. I mean, sad fact of the matter, I think most of the good removal spells that we added at the beginning. Oh, but there's so many good removal spells. This is. Do we have any more removal spells in this package back here? Oh, this is removal. And I want to bring removal down to as close to 10 as I can. I don't think these. This is removal. This is removal. Is there... Am I missing... Oh, Valakut. I'm back on the road. Alright, one card that I'm definitely seeing getting cut is Seething Song. Let's just start. We're not going down that pathway. And another one is a Charm. Not going down that path. Untagged lands is 38. Too many? I mean, we do have 4 MDFCs. With 4 MDFCs, like, so, including a removal spell and a bunch of draw spells. I think I'd keep it because that's 34 lands. That seems to be, yeah. This is good. This is good because we got draw and stuff in here. I don't want to touch lands. I guess this is removal. Put on a permanent or player, it deals that much damage to target. Huh. So here's the removal. This is emblematic of a lot of the issues that we're dealing with right now as a deck. In that I want to get to 10 removal spells and we have 28. Where to begin? Okay. Things I'm looking for out of this. Synergy. Mostly synergy. And synergy and efficiency. Like, for example, we have Introduction to Annihilation, which can be free with Mizzix. And we've also got Planeswalkers in here that can do some really cool stuff. Snap can sort of be a ramp spell. Okay, so first thing I'm doing is... How much of the... Because Dynavolt Tower... What is the energy package doing for us? What is the energy package? We got 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm just removing the energy. I'm just removing all energy cards. As much as it hurts, this is... One day I'll build an energy deck. One day I'll build an energy deck, but there's just... I suspected it was too much sauce coming into this. And it's looking at it, the longer I look at it, this is definitely feeling too saucy. The energy. I'm also going to take this opportunity to remove Balefire and Frost. And since I touch this, move that, so we still have 38. None of these are energy. Any of these energy? Nope. Yeah, it was just too saucy. Just too saucy. Okay, down to 26. I don't think we need Brotherhood's End. That's the kind of stuff we're not really messing with at this point. To each opponent and each creature. Put it out. I think Reckless Endeavor... We can choose which of the dice we're choosing for what, and it does create a bunch of treasure tokens, so it can be like a ramp spell in addition to being a removal spell, should we need it. So I'll keep it around for the moment. Suspend, no. Cyclonic Rift. I'm not feeling it. It's already a salty card, and we don't need it. A Braid, no. I'm not feeling this Chandra. She's not doing anything that's like... Sure, she can discard our hands to draw a new one, and then also be a master removal spell, but I'm not feeling... Like, okay, so this one I'm not feeling... Okay, so this one I really want to play. This one I really want to play. But I guess she puts... Like, okay, so Ral is a good one. He has a removal thing on him. But I think his... he just doesn't fit into the removal package. So that's something we can also do. For example, Rowan doesn't, I don't think, fits into the removal package at this point. She can do removal. I don't think she fits into the removal package. I think Chandra Torch of Defiance is similar. This Chandra Flame Call, I think I just remove. But this Chandra is removal. Comes down, wipes the board. Either -3 and is also a win con. Not capsizing. Fireman's Research. Taking out of removal. Now we're at 16. This is a lot more doable. Think Delayed Fireball. Even though it's a really good card, and I probably want to play with it at some point. So now we have just 5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we just have 5. And this is where we start to get into that synergy versus not synergy debate even more. Efficiency. So, cards that are definitely staying are these two. These two. Okay, so Serum Snare and Volt Charge are both technically removal spells, but they really are more than that. This card draw. They're more in here for the Proliferate. Maybe I count them as Proliferate instead then. I think these two stay. Reckless Endeavor is so good. I think that's a good number. I want to... I'm just... Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This changes everything. Oh, yeah. I just need... I guess... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is... Okay. Something Moxfield's great. Although... Oh, okay. Just use a scroll wheel. This is win. This really is wins. I'm actually going to change this from win conditions to just... There we go. There we go. Or actually, you know what? Is there a way to... Okay, I have to still do it. Okay, so there isn't like a mass drag. Sad. Oh, I can, Oh, but you can add it from the side. Because this is quality software. Holy cow. Holy cow. This is called Discovering Features. And starting to really get Sebastiano's brain. Come on. Come on. What is it about them not liking moving MDFCs? They don't want to move the MDFCs. I'm going to have to... Oh, it's putting them in both. That's weird. So it tags both sides of the MDFC. Okay. That's a bug to report to them. What else do we have? So removal... I guess I can switch this back over to WinCon. Because... Small ramp. What are you? Removal? Card draw? That's one that needs to be made. This really is win condition. Small ramp. Protection. We don't have a lot of it. Oh, this is definitely removal. Whoops. I need to figure out the difference between synergy ramp and small ramp. Card draw, and this is kind of just synergy ramp. Small ramp, also known as very big ramp. In this case, small ramp is more like ramp that doesn't require any synergies or things behind it. You are definitely in the proliferate section, the first of the proliferators. Proliferate. As are you. Put you there. And win condition is, I think I'm sensing, is going to be divided into some sections. Ooh, your card draw. Also card draw, and you are win condition. Definitely win condition. Proliferate. Card draw. Cost reduction. Small ramp. Win condition. Win condition. Win condition. Win condition. Card draw. I'll put this in the protection pile. Although I'm a feeling we are going to be seeing a lot of the previous... Oh. You're an energy piece. You get out of here. Card draw. Your win condition. Card draw. You are weird proliferate? Card draw. Card draw. Card draw. Win condition? Card draw. Kind of put you more in win condition. Card draw. Card draw. Card draw. Card draw. Definitely win condition. Win condition. Cost reduction. draw. Win condition. Card draw. Synergy ramp. Synergy ramp. Oh, yeah. It's your favorite stream activity. Taking cards from buckets and putting them into other buckets. Alright, I'm seeing the thing that I don't think I need more card draw and win conditions. Or win conditions. Any untagged things? No. Looks like we're good. Proliferation. Did I put this in proliferation? This goes in protection. There we go. Whoa. Oh. If you just do it like that, it's multiplied? Okay. So now we've got 86 cards to cut, and I've already been seeing some ideas, which is this win condition section here. Looking like it probably doesn't need some of these folks. I don't think I have enough wizards and things for Harmonic Prodigy. And this needs to deal combat damage in order to do its thing. Yeah, no. I don't think I want a lot of these sort of temporary mana, massive mana, just power-ups. What is the removal spell that got added? Oh. Relic Amulet. Definitely I don't think Corrupted Resolve or Bring the Ending get in there. Not enough poison. Which might mean Viral Drake can get cut. Maybe? Mind Splice Apparatus is so good. Jace's Sanctum. I think Jace's Sanctum gets cut. Montreal Blister Zoa. I think we have enough. It's only... It's card neutral. It generates a treasure. I think Strike It Rich. I don't even know why this is in card draw. Definitely 54 card draw spells. Yeah, this number needs to come down big time. And there are cards in here that do a lot more, of course, than just card draw. Small ramp. 3 to draw a card. But honestly, if you're flooded, pretty good. This is the problem. I don't think Bergie. In terms of, like, we have so much other stuff we're going to be working with here. I am going to win condition tokens. How many of these win conditions use tokens? So I do want to kind of elevate tokens at a different level. Because they are blockers. Which is really important when you are a spell deck that's probably going to be getting the ire of the table after you poison people. Actually, we can definitely beef up the proliferate pile from things in the other piles. Because why put... Change to X. Proliferate. Honestly, I'm going to switch you to win condition. I think just getting rid of Windfall. Just got so many things that do similar things. It's just not relevant. Proliferate. And I think I got some more, yeah, in the removal package. Brings that to 14. These are technically part of the proliferate package, but I'm going to leave them here. And this, of course, is a land. Puts the proliferate package at 12. This isn't really proliferate. I don't know what else to put it under. honestly, Jitaxian Anatomist isn't necessary. Oh, this doesn't need to be here. I don't think you have a spot anymore. Faithless Looting is disadvantage. I'm seeing a deck that just goes heavy mana ramp. Like insane mana ramp. Like we have a lot of mana ramp. Oh boy, I'm really starting to get the sleepies. And these cuts are getting harder and harder. I really need something to boost me. I'm just getting so tired. It's 10-10. These are both blockers, technically. But not much else. I mean, how many of these planeswalkers can protect themselves? Boom, boom. Boom. Planeswalkers that can protect themselves are so much better. Preordained Ponder. That first counter is so important. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it here. I'm just so tired. And we've got 70 cards to cut, which, you know, on the one hand isn't the worst, but it's going to be painful. It's going to be so painful. Cutting cards, and I'm just not quite in the energy. I think I think the cool thing we did tonight was really kind of get a really cool idea of what we want to do. I don't think LLB1 is good. I think we started. Oh, you're definitely tokens. What am I doing? There's so many token creators. We might not need all these token creators. You just go for the most mana efficient. But yeah, I'm getting really tired, and yeah, I'm thinking just kind of testing out streams, night streams. I mean, I guess I was competing with the Super Bowl to an extent, which is difficult. But there is an extent to which I'm thinking more day streams would be better. But then I have to fit that into my schedule. So definitely for Saturdays. The Saturday day stream definitely seems like a good sweet spot for me to keep doing. But the evening stream here doesn't seem like it's quite as the Sunday evening doesn't quite seem the same energy. But we'll see. I'll be trying out times and stuff. But yeah, I think my current plan is to try and attempt another stream next Saturday afternoon. So hopefully I see folks there. And until then, may your wildest dreams come true. Good night, everybody.